Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lacey and I'm going to show you how to make a crochet sunflower pouch. This project doesn't take too long and is great for beginners who are familiar with basic crochet terminology. You can use any shade of brown for the center of the sunflower. I'll be using light brown in this tutorial as it'll be easier to see the stitches on camera. A third color is optional if you want your pouch to be a different color than the center of the sunflower. You'll also need a 4.5mm crochet hook, scissors, and a yarn needle. Using brown, you'll start off by making a magic circle. You will chain 1 and make 10 half double crochets inside of the magic circle. And your chain 1 does not count as a stitch for this project. Pull the end of your yarn tightly to close the circle and slip stitch into the top of your first half double crochet to join the round. For round 2, you will chain 1 and increase into each stitch. That means you'll have 2 half double crochets in each stitch. Place your first increase into the same loops you just slip stitched into. Otherwise, you'll be missing 2 stitches at the end of your round. Another tip is to not crochet into the loops at the very end of the round, as they are the slip stitch loops from the previous round. They are not half double crochet loops. Slip stitch into the top of your first half double crochet to join the round, and when you're finished, you should have 20 stitches in round 2. For round 3, you will chain 1 and do a repetitive pattern of 1 half double crochet into the first stitch and an increase into the next stitch. So again, you'll do 1 half double crochet and an increase. Repeat this pattern until you reach the end of your round. You should have 30 stitches in round 3. You'll do a reverse slip stitch to join the round. Crochet stitches normally sit behind the slip stitch when you join the round, but we want this crochet stitch in front so we can attach our sunflower petal to it later on. Turn your work over and take your crochet hook through the back of that half double crochet. Grab your working yarn and pull it through. And now that crochet stitch is in front. If you choose to make your pouch a different color than the core of your sunflower, you'll attach that new yarn at this point. If you choose not to change colors, you can just chain 1 and continue following along when we start round 4. So here, I'm just tying off the brown yarn so I can attach a new color. Create a slip knot with your new color and attach it to the back loop only of the first stitch of round 3. Then you will chain 1. We will be crocheting into the back loops only for this round. Continuing on making our flat circle, we're going to half double crochet 2 times and increase in the following stitch. So that's our first half double crochet, then we half double crochet 1 time in the next stitch. So we have 2, and now in the following stitch we're going to increase. And you repeat this pattern until you reach the end of your round. And also, carrying your yarn ends along with you isn't necessary, but it does help cut down on the amount of ends you have to weave in when you're finished. Once you reach the end of round 4, you are done crocheting into the back loops only, and you should have 40 stitches. You're going to do a regular slip stitch into the top of your first half double crochet to join the round. For round 5, you will chain 1 and single crochet 3 times. Then you'll make an increase in the following stitch. So there's our 3 single crochets and our increase. Just like before, you'll repeat this pattern until you reach the end of your round. You should have 50 stitches in round 5. Slip stitch into the top of your first single crochet to join the round. Now we'll be making the handle of our pouch by chaining 55. The length of the handle is totally up to you, but a decent length would probably be between 45 and 55 chains. Slip stitch back into that same space where you joined your round and tie off your yarn. Now we'll be making another flat circle, which will serve as the back of the pouch. It will essentially be made the same way we created the front, but we won't have to do any reverse slip stitches or any crocheting into the back loops only. We'll be making a plain flat circle with 5 rounds. Just like before, you'll start off with a magic circle and chain 1. Then you'll make 10 half double crochets inside of the magic circle. Pull the starting end of your yarn to close the circle and slip stitch. And since both flat circles are almost identical, we'll go through this part quicker. So here, you'll chain 1 and place an increase into each stitch. Once you're finished, you'll slip stitch to join the round. Then you'll chain 1 and do a repetitive pattern of 1 half double crochet into the first stitch and an increase into the next stitch. Repeat this pattern until you reach the end of your round. Then you'll slip stitch to join your round and chain 1. Here, you'll half double crochet 2 times and make an increase in the following stitch. Continue this pattern until you reach the end of your round. Make a slip stitch to join your round. And for our last round, you will chain 1 and single crochet 3 times. Then you will make an increase in the following stitch. And just like before, you'll repeat this pattern until you reach the end of your round. Then you're going to slip stitch to join your round. And now we'll be making a small loop that we can pull our handle through to close the pouch. We'll chain 7, and then we'll slip stitch back into the same space where you joined your round. Chain 1, cut, and tie off your yarn. Moving back to the first flat circle we made, we're going to create our sunflower petals. Using yellow yarn, you will make a slip knot and attach it to any front loop from round 3. You can fold your work to make it easier to pick up the loops. Once you attach your yarn, you'll chain 1. Then you'll make a double crochet into the same stitch. Then you'll place a treble crochet into that same stitch and chain 3. Slip stitch into the first chain of your chain 3 to make a picot, which is pretty much just a cute bump that will sit on top of your treble crochet stitch. Then you're going to make another treble crochet into the next stitch. And in the same stitch, you'll make a double crochet and then a single crochet. After you make your single crochet, you will slip stitch into the next stitch. Then you'll chain 1, make a double crochet, and then a treble crochet, just like we did before. Then you'll chain 3, then you'll go back down into the first chain and slip stitch, making your picot. Moving into the next stitch, you'll make a treble crochet, a double crochet, and then a single crochet like we did before. Then in the following stitch, you'll make a slip stitch. You'll keep repeating this pattern until you have 15 petals. When you're done, you'll slip stitch into the same loop that you attached your yarn to in the beginning. And after that, you'll tie off your yarn. Next, we're going to weave in our ends and attach our two pieces together. Next, we're going to attach our two pieces together. I'm going to do that by slip stitching them together. There's many ways that you can attach crochet pieces, so feel free to do it the way you prefer. Put the wrong sides of the pieces together and determine what size gap you want to leave for the opening of your pouch. I chose to leave 7 stitches out on both sides, but next time I may only leave out 5 or 6. Attach your yarn where you prefer and start slip stitching around the pouch. Insert your hook through both loops on the front circle and both loops on the back circle. Just make sure you're pulling your yarn through all 4 loops each time you slip stitch. I left out 7 stitches in the beginning, so I'll be leaving out 7 stitches at the end. Once you're finished, tie off your yarn and weave in your ends. Your sunflower pouch is complete. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel because I'll be dropping another tutorial really soon. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.